All right, good morning. Had some odd latency going on my chart here, so I just reset the connection, see if that fixes it. Not sure. All right, looks like it went away for the one connection at least. Let's see if the TPT connection loads. Morning, Jan. Morning, Clarity. All right, there we go. We'll take a little better look at it in a minute. Predator, Timbo, Erico. Good morning. R.I.P. Ozzy, yeah. All right, let's go. Mark out the open and close here. Yeah, I suppose we could just use the 1 minute. Morning, Jan. Yeah, it's already going crazy, and Q is actually the more sane. Oh, really? Coper, good morning. I don't know if I missed you. Francis. Let's go back and look at yesterday's close. Oh, wow. The open would just went straight up, huh? Very interesting. Let's see. Trying to mark out the close area. 199. Okay. And then the open of this candle, 191. So that's going to be there. Let's mark this out. All right. We get a little double bottom down there. Yeah, those aren't equal. Morning, Wayne. Yes, basically already hit yesterday's high. I wonder why the ES is going cray cray over there. Take these off. Now we'll look at the ES. Let me see. We'll mark out the levels on the ES as well in a moment. So you're saying basically we have like a bearish S&T here or something? Let me see. Yeah, dude, we do. And dude, we do. No, Vivian, I'm not at home. I'm still on vacation. But yeah, it is fun. I drove home yesterday for the baseball draft, and I drove back last night. So drove home and then drove back. So that's where we're at. I don't know what's up with my camera though. It's not wanting to cooperate. There we go. It's being dumb though. It's not. It keeps freezing up. Now it used to do that kind of. I think the software probably needs to be updated here. Good morning, Dean. So let's see kind of what we got here. We hit these levels yesterday, and then that spurred kind of the sell-off. We've pushed back up into OTE of this level. So we'll mark this out. And ES has already taken these levels out. We have previous day low down here. Let's go mark out the London low. Okay. Do we see more upside today or what? Obviously, ES is the stronger indice right now. ES is the stronger one. Again, Nasdaq already starting to push. Let's get the take profit and stop loss on here for this account. Let's see. Let's set up the 15-second here. Wow. What in the world are we doing here? Just ripping right before the. I mean, look at that. I didn't check to see if there was news yet. What do we have? Existing home sales 10 a.m. Crude oil 20-year bond auction at 1. We know we have earnings after hours today, I believe. Let's see, zero to do but hold runner per Mancini 63.74, which we just hit. 63.80. 63.92. 63.60. 63.48 to 51 is a support. All right. Well, we got those levels marked out. If you guys haven't already hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. What up, CT? So we got 5 minutes here until open. I mean, my general lean is that we push it open, but we may not. Actually, we may pull back down into this zone, sweep that 170, then maybe we start to push. We'll see. You know, no guessing. We play whatever it does. Tech T in the house. Trigger Happy Institution is already early today. It's going to be great. Yeah, I went back to Georgia CT. I'm back. Good morning, Tech T. I left right after the stream yesterday, drove to Georgia, 7.5 hours because we lose an hour on the way back. And then did the draft 9 o'clock last night, drove back, got here at 3 a.m. And here I am with you fine people at 8:30 or 9:30. So, yeah. I actually got back at 4 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Central. Yeah, I saw Max for a few minutes. Lots of driving. On Hell, we're going to take the 15-second trade this morning, opening range. Then after that, we're just going to look for whatever's obvious. Maybe a previous day high, maybe this area down here. Maybe look for a bounce off this area. We could sweep some of this area down here and then go up. So we're just going to play whatever the market gives us type deal. Previous day low 108. Yeah, I think I marked it out down there. Yeah, right there. We marked it out. We'll see. Should have just left Mac. I'm telling you what. Was he short biased? Nah, design. He's never short biased. Um, I don't know. The draft was not. It didn't turn out the way we wanted, but ultimately, I think it's fine. But they did the draft differently this year than they did last year. I think in the last year was kind of an anomaly, and last year was the first draft I participated in, and so when they did it differently this year, it kind of caught me off guard. So, and then we had a little mistake made by one of the assistant coaches that cost us a little bit. So, yeah, Caleb, let's just kind of play it by ear, kind of like yesterday. I mean, my lean's always up at all-time highs, but there eventually is going to be a down day for sure, a big down day. We do have earnings today to kind of keep our, keep our to remember we have earnings after hours today, so might be some wild action today. We'll see. I don't know. Oh, let me make sure. All right, make sure I'm on the right account. Okay, now let's make sure that the copier is actually copying, doing copier things. It is. All right, here we go. The only bias you need, exactly designed eventually. Just a barcode. I don't think we're going to barcode, but we'll see. I think we're actually going to get movement. We shall see. We'll see what it does. That's all we can do. All right, we got about 30 seconds till open. If you guys haven't already hit that like button for me, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. All right, here we go. We are open. Tagged in short. Profit. Let's go. Keep going. Nice. OBS Studio disconnect. We might be a short a short day here. All right, it reconnected. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, that opening range trade right there was beautiful. Wendy's is also is open. However, the casino is open. That's right. Coming right down to our buy zone here. I'm placing an order. May stab out of the buy zone here, looking for 10 points. It already kind of bounced there already. So what I may do is just wait for a reaction. Wait for an actual reaction here. But beautiful opening range trade right there, $1,590. That's amazing. All right, getting a bullish reaction. I'm going to stab long. Stop's going to be, I got stopped out before I could even move it. Just on an eval here on this. It's inside the first 15 minutes, so you don't want to be too crazy with it, right? But I do expect a reaction out of this area at least. Push back to like 210. Might just be 170, might just be too strong though. Let's see. All right, I'm in. All out there. Let's go. So that was the reaction I was looking for. I just got in a little early off of it. Up $200 after that exchange. Late to the party, thought I was going home. I did, John. I just decided to drive back. No, Predator. I had a trail stop on 17 ticks behind. I always have a trail stop on that play. It just didn't stop me out today. Some days you're going to get more points than others, and today we got 7.75 points. Yeah, I did size up a little bit on the opening trade. I don't know if you guys noticed. I went 15 minis there, straight for London low, probably. I did want to check the Bulenox. I want to make sure they didn't change their sale. I don't know if they did. I haven't heard anyone say anything about it, but excuse me. Let's see if they did here. Still pushing up off that low. So the 15-second trade is 3 for 3 this week so far. Oh, they changed it tonight. Oh, so they went back to 90%. Nobody said nothing. You guys didn't tell me. Y'all didn't tell me they went back to 91%. Oops. Nobody said nothing. All right. Well, 91% code's MM. I had the code on 83%. So Bulenox went back to 91%. My bad for not checking it. It's good through the end of the month there. You heard it was extended? Yeah, it is. What up, Pine Tree? How you doing? Keeping secrets, Jim. Yes. I mean, I didn't know. I definitely didn't know. Uh, might try a play this morning that I haven't tried yet. I haven't back tested it, but I may give it a try this morning. We'll give it a play. Let's see if it happens. Look to the left here. Yeah, that's the. No, that's not. Okay, we actually missed it. Oh, I missed the play already, didn't I? Oh, wow. It actually. Hmm. It really didn't work out today. I'm looking at it. Wait a second. No, that's not the London low. Would have been the London low. Yeah, the play really wouldn't have worked too well today. You burned 2 Bulenox evals this morning. That sucks. Yeah, 91% off. Good through in the end of July. I didn't know they extended it, but we're all good now. We got the code on the right sale. That's what happens when you're MIA though for a couple of days, right? Not that I was MIA, but like just not in front of the charts 24/7 like I normally am. So we got our entry yesterday. Now plus 50 on that, 80 above, 30, 50, 48 to 51 sports. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that we would push back down a little more here. Haven't gotten that push quite yet. What are we looking like on the likes here? 14 likes. Come on, guys. Help me out. Help me help you. by hitting the like button. Help me help you. Kind of want to look at the 30-second chart here and see what it looks like. Nah, no bueno. Looks the same as the 1 minute, basically. Do have news at 10 o'clock to think about here, so no need to do anything crazy. Nice bounce off that previous day low, though. You know, it did sell through it, but obviously when the open and the low are together like that, you know, you kind of have to take into account the open as well. That's why I was like trying to say on that first trade, like, okay, I'm going to wait for the reaction. I really didn't wait that long enough. So you hit a bump in the road yesterday, got swiped a lot because I was on 5x quantity on micros, but I forgot to adjust size when I flipped to minis. Dang, Alito. I've done that before myself quite a few times. You get into minis and then you panic, close the trades, and then the dang trade would have worked anyway, even on like minis, and you would have got paid, but then you end up taking a loss or something like that. The worst part is when you don't notice it, and then you're like, by the time you notice it, you're like 1,000 in drawdown, and you get wrecked. So yeah, I effectively drove yesterday, what, 7.5 and 6.5. So that's 8, 6, 14 hours I drove yesterday with no nap. We made in the entire 14-hour back and forth, we made 3 stops, 2 for gas. Well, actually, no, 1 stop for gas. No, 2 stops for gas, and then one to empty the bladder. Oh, better safe than sorry. Yeah. You notice it came back to 1 point at break even, and I just held it. Yeah, I've never done that. No, I will just flat out close it because we don't want to get wrecked on it. But interesting that we bounced off that previous day close there. We did not run that 170. We've already ran. That's the overnight low. So that's the overnight low down there at the 170. We did run the London close. So we did run some liquidity here. There could be a 3-minute long. Let me look. Indeed. Let's check the 2-minute as well. Okay, so we got a 2 and a 1 here, or 2 and a 3. Yeah, they're both not great looking. Need a stadium buddy. Yeah, I tried to get somebody to ride with me. Nobody did. So this day's nasty. I hate week 700 per account, man. That's an awesome job, dude. I mean, that's great. Can't ask for much better than that. Let me double check what I'm up on this one. So this eval's up 185 after that exchange, and then we got a little positive slippage down here. Let's check it out. $2,375 on this account. Let's go. We needed that. 1590 on this account. 1590, 1590. So actually, this one did not take the winner yesterday, and it got the extra $800 or $775 today, and it missed out on the winner yesterday. So we're at $5,500 in profit on that one. We are at 5,200 on that one. 1,700 on that one overall, and then 3,100 on this one. So yeah, not bad, not bad. And that's now the reason some profits, some have more than others, is because like I was splitting them between the 30-second and the 15-second trade, and the 15-second was just winning at a higher clip than the 30-second. So now I have them all on the 15-second trade, which was initially what I was planning on doing anyway. So that's what we were planning on doing anyway. And those do rebill in a week or so. So I really want to try to get those going. Tempted to long here. I don't know that I want to do it on the funded account, but I could switch to the eval. I'm going to stab long here. Yes, swept the low. We did not. So I'm just seeing if we can get a bounce here. May not. Might just come back down and take out that level to 70. Or it could bounce again off the previous day close. So just feel asleep, woke up in the market dump. Maybe. A little push down. I don't think we really dumped. It's just a little push down. It's kind of typical action, in my opinion. Short ES6374. Nice job. Let's go. This thing gives me a chance to get out break even. I'm just going to take it. I expect to push up to some degree here, but I'm just going to take it off for a few points lost there. ES swept the low, Nasdaq didn't, so I kind of thought we might push, but no dice. It's okay. What time is it here? I mean, this is an interesting spot. I could take this level for a bounce as well. This kind of 199 level here. Very similar to what we did earlier. Let's see here if we want to do that. 23,190 is the daily open, 170 is daily low. Might go for those levels. Yeah, I agree. New open to chop world record. It could be. It could be. So I'm going to take a long out of the 96 area. It might be too aggressive of an entry. We could bounce before we get there. Could. Did it hit 120 yesterday? I have no idea. You know, on the downside? I don't know. Let me look in a moment. No, previous day low is. So if it bounces right there and doesn't tag me in, I won't. I won't take this trade. All right, got to be tagged in here. Yeah, didn't even respect it at all. Must just be going for this low here. I'm gonna jump in here, try to get my money back out of this. We did run the one. I don't know if yeah, it didn't make it to the 065, but we did run the 120. I do remember that. All right, we'll lock some in here. Get taken out. I think I'm back to break even on that account. Yeah, we ran the 120, but we did not take out the 065. 108 is the previous day low. All right, we're probably down like a few bucks or something on that account, or actually up a few bucks. So recover $600 loss, back up 145. Let's go, Francis. Target 149. I hate weeks. Nothing wrong with that. It did hit it. Still higher prices. Tariffs aren't good news. No, Tech T, I knew. I'm just playing off this level that I've back tested. Like after 945, the previous day close, looking for a little bounce there. It's not as strong once it's obviously been tested once, but it's just something I back tested and it wins at like a 68% clip. So I just took the trade based on that. I mean, obviously, yeah, that's a bear flag, but expecting maybe a little reaction off that level, no big deal. Let's go, Black Beauty. Nice job. You took what, like 14, 15 points there? It's clean on the ES. Clean, clean, clean. I do think the buy zone on the ES is the kind of 48 to 51 level. It's what Mancini called out. So potential bounce spot down there at the 48.51. That might take us to the 108 previous day low. I don't know. It might. So kind of clearing out that level there. Got a couple of wicks still kind of hanging out here at this level. You could maybe take a retest of that 15-minute range here. Kind of pushing back into the open and close here. Let's see if it holds below it or not. Could be another spot to kind of stab short. I'll try it. Dun, 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 dun. Previous day close mark right. Mine's up at 221. Yeah, yours is probably settlement, I guess. I don't know. I marked it out manually. Could be wrong. I'll look at it again. Just gave back the old profitos on that one. I'll take a look at it in a moment. Make sure. I did mark it out manually, so it could be wrong. Trust me. It could be. Uh, Shit could be wrong. I don't know. I'll take a look at it in a minute. Back to break even. Let's go, Vivian. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. All right. If we lose the 190 here, I'll probably stab short. Probably should have waited for the reaction anyway. You know how that goes. Morning, Coach Red. How you doing? Could just be a higher low. Maybe push back up into the 220s. Maybe we could go to 250s too. 256 is an interesting area there. What do we do? Yes, back to the 63.60 here. All right, I'm gonna take the short now. Stop's gonna be at the high, and I'm gonna target 189. Let's see, 193, 183, 173 would be 20 points. See if we can get this push into 173 here, 176. I'm just going to take it off there. And a little bounce. I probably should have held it though, to be honest. It's got 10 points there, basically 9. Got a bullish gap there. We could wait for it to kind of get through that gap. The problem is you might actually end up with an SMT here and we could just bounce. I mean, realistically. And we'll just leave that on like that. Yeah, this could just be a bounce area here. Do have a big SMT right here. Might stab long. I'm going to stab long here. I think we get the push through here, the whole number into the tens. ES made a new low there. Nasdaq did not. So again, another little small SMT play here. I'm not going to be a dick for a tick there. Just going to take it off. All right, we're back at break even. Maybe we find a better spot. I do still think this thing pushes a bit. Nice little setup here, actually. Not bad for a little long stab. What up, Dale? What you up to, brother? You back in the saddle? Dale's back in the saddle. Back in the saddle. I need to make that oh come on. That that one's not black. There we go. That's so much better. Oh man, I can see that so much better. Just locked in another day with My Fun Future and TPT, trying to hurry up and pass another eval before rebuild. Me too, Dale. I've got 6 or 7 days before rebuild. I've got 2 of them halfway. The other 2 are, kind of lagging behind, but rebuild somewhere around the first of the month. Trying to get them done before then. Actually, right at the first of the month. So what have we got? I probably got another 5 trading days. So something like that. Starter Plus at rebuilds Friday. Yeah. The good thing about the Starter Plus, though, you can get those passed in 1 or 2 days, especially if it's a 50K. I'm working with these 150Ks over here, and so I'm at like, this one right here. They're at 153, 105, so I still got a ways to go. I'm hoping that we get a couple of more $2,000 days in. If we come down to the final day, then I'm probably going to have to trade it manually, and it's not really what I want to do, but we'll see. All right, I should stab long here again, but it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Scary. Same play effectively. All previous account packages will switch to the new ones at renewal. Oh, interesting. I don't mind the new ones. The one that replaced the expert, I don't remember what it was called. Doesn't look too bad. Woo! Oh, that's the news, guys. I forgot about that news. 10 o'clock. Good thing that red candle just reminded me of the news, even though that's not the news. It reminded me of the news. Yeah, it's not even 10 yet. Yeah. We do close below here, though. I may stab short, even though the news is coming up in 3 minutes. I'm going to stab here if it closes. If it closes below. No close there, so no trade. I don't think it'll close below. If it closes below in this candle, then, I mean, it's still an okay play, but 1 minute closer to the news, you know. You just went long and got killed on that candle. That sucks. Well, we are at a, we're whatever 2 minutes away from news. Little new home sales news. There is a third potential. I think. Let's check the 30-second just to make sure. There's an SMT here with a potential 30-second long. And this long would be A plus if it hit, but we're so close to the news. Yeah, I guess that wasn't even the news. I don't know what that was. Little 26-point dipper ripper. Dipper ripper there. Let's take a look at the hourly chart here. Yeah. I mean, you would think we'd take out that 160 area. We don't have to, though, but you would think we would. Best to be a little more patient here. Let's just wait for the news to come and then kind of assess the situation at that time. Feels like it's going to run the low, but I don't know. Markets today is a soul stealer, no direction and random rips. This is true. This is true. Of course, the short's going to trigger like right at the freaking news. I mean, I think it runs that 160 area. It makes sense too, but like, what can I do now? What can you do? Take the short right at the news? I mean, that's, yeah, it's not smart, but it probably works. Probably works. All right, there's the news. Didn't really do anything. Kind of as expected. I'm stab long here. Ran that level. Got in late, man. I'm getting in late on these plays. It's so annoying. There's the 10 points that I wanted already. It's already at like the level. I'm going to go break even here. See if this thing can go. Stop me out. The annoying part is I wanted to go 3 points below 157. So I wanted my entry to be 154. And there would be the target. I don't know. That still might play there. Oh, there's 17 seconds here. Sorry about my OBS just like disconnecting all day, guys. I should have just held that. Obviously, I would have already had my profit. Wouldn't even have to take this trade. Passed this blue sky static eval. Took a while. 30%. 3K target. One contract. Dang. Nice job, Coach Fred. Let's go. Nice job. This is an A plus setup here. No SMT. If I had an SMT to go with, actually, it's probably just A. But you do have equal-ish highs up here at 188. So if it can trigger. The day trader's 300K static took you a full 3 weeks. 3 weeks is not bad. Not bad at all. Still didn't kind of make it back to that 51 area there on the ES, but I suppose we don't have to. 60 reclaim. 3K drawdown and 12K, dang. Up 996. This is worse than watching the WNBA. I hate weeks. Well, what's the next level down there? 108, previous day low, still down there. Holding up there at that level, just not able to get through there. 149, so I got there, yeah. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that I missed that trade. Dang, 154. I should have just parked an order there, but because I'm not that confident in it, because I've taken a couple of those trades already this morning and it didn't work. So indicator called a 50-point banger. Let's go. Nice job. Maybe it's going for that 108 level. Maybe. Let's kind of see what happens here. Looks like we're about to sweep the low over here on the Nasdaq, and ES not really having the same experience just yet. Not really doing it just yet. I mean, that push back up 195, yeah, it kind of looks interesting there. If we get decent speed through here, I may participate. Let's see. This candle could change my mind. What up, Ben? How you doing? ES is at a very important level here, the 6360. I'm kind of holding below it for now. Back testing it there. This could be a good short area, honestly. The market definitely knows this gap is here. Stop is just a little bit too wide. I could take it though. You keep shorting until it's long. You're long 171. Well, one of you guys is going to win. One of you is going to lose. I don't know which. I do lean kind of maybe towards the long. I mean, especially if ES can get above 63.60, I do think we get a little squeeze. Um, let's see. A little squeeze there. Plane going over above. No more great moves until earnings. That's possible. 0 for 2. Yeah, it sucks, Matty Matt. Okay, wait. This is an interesting spot here. All right, I'm going to take this little stab long here. ES is just not making new lows. So I think we just get a little push up here. This could be my last trade on this funded if we get it. We can get this push here. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. What's the significance of the 6360 level on the ES? Nothing other than it's just a level that if it recovers it, you expect it to squeeze a bit. That's all. Per Mancini's information, this is free information that he posts on Twitter every single day. He does the analysis on the ES, so I don't have to. This is going to be a great long right here, guys, if this closes above. You can see Mancini says right here 6360 reclaim, C 6366, 71 to 74. So he's a failed breakdown trader, so he's looking for a failed breakdown of a key level and a recovery of that level for a trade. And it's just something to pay attention to. Hit the target on the cash account. Let's go. Room beats in the house. And again, you got equal highs here, so I think like the push back up above on this account here or on this level here still will work. We're up 202 on our funded account now. Still got a ways to go to get it back to break even. Still down $1,000 effectively on it, but this is our fourth day of $100 or more. So you can see that hard rejection off the 60 level on the ES. It just can't get through there. Just can't do it. You have a limit short at 220. I mean, makes sense, right? VWAP up there. It's above the 50 EMA. Probably 50-ish% of like this range here. I don't hate it. Or actually a little more. Let's look. Let's pull the fib and see. I mean, honestly, there's still more room to the downside. 220 is at OTE as well of the entire opening range. We still have more room to the downside. We really do. It's just like, how do you want to play it? Can you trade Apex, TPT Rhythmic, and Bulenox Rhythmic? You can all three of those room on Quantower at the same time. Yes, you can, and you can copy across all of them using Quantower. The only other platform that I believe you could copy across all those on is Trade Syncer. You might could use Trade Syncer to do that. I think I don't even know for sure. No, you can't do it through Replicanto, not Rhythmic accounts like that. With Replicanto, you can have one Rhythmic connection, and then the rest of the connections have to be Trade-of-8. You can have as many as you want, but they have to be Trade-of-8. So 23,100 in play. I think so. I mean, we got previous day low down there at 108. Honestly, the safest spot for longs are after the sweep of 108, right? That's the safest spot for longs. But that being said, it's also bullish on the higher time frame if you leave that low in place. If you're looking at the higher time frame and you're just looking at okay, higher low, right? Higher low. Higher highs, higher lows. We've yet to make the higher high. So from a range perspective, I mean, we don't have to take 108, but I think we might take 108. I mean, that 065 is kind of sitting down there juicy as well. So those are kind of the safest long spots. That's longing where I'm longing at makes sense only if ES recovers 60 and holds it, which it has not done yet. So Quantower is free, but if you want to copy across if you want to copy across all the accounts, it's going to be around $30 a month. You got to have the advanced features. I do have a video on my channel room if you want to check it out. It's just the Quantower copier video. It shows you how to set it up and all that good stuff. I think it might have been like one of my most popular videos. Here, I'll post it for you. Let's see. Really easy to set up. There's the video if you want to watch it. I mean, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways to kind of copy across multiple accounts there. We keep getting these SMTs at the low. So that's the reason I was looking to stab long there. So green across the board here. Let me show you guys. We are up. This is the eval. We're up 126. The funded account, we are up 202. And then obviously these accounts are up around that one. These other ones are up. Three are up 1590, and then this one's up 2375, or I guess 2300 technically. So we'll just kind of see what happens for now. Not much to do. If you want to be patient here, it makes 100% sense to just be patient. Flush to save your day. Let's go. Yeah, you can copy across everything with Quantower. Just be wary. Like I said, I give warnings, not warnings, but I tell you, like, you need to have a positions tab open, working orders, copy trading open. You need to have all that stuff open at one time. You need to be monitoring, and that's with any copier. I do that with Replicanto. I do that with every one of them. You need to be monitoring all of those all of those, options, because orders can get stuck. You can be stuck in a position, so on and so forth. So when you're copy trading, you have to be hyper alert and really pay attention to what's going on. Otherwise, you might get stuck in a trade and not know it. Got a little 1 minute long here. Looks okay. But I'm not so sure on this one. I mean, I think this probably works. I may take it on an eval. You do have equal highs above. All right, we'll stab it here on an eval. ES is still approaching that 60 level again, so be hyper aware of that 60 level there for sure. I mean, this really is the gap that's holding price down here, but this momentum of this candle is kind of like, changed my mind as to whether I'm going to take it. Yeah, exactly, Tech T. And we're out, just like that. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's go. Yeah, it's $30 a month. Yeah, it's not free. $30 a month, which is, I mean, that's a steal. Let's be honest. Compared to some of the other platforms, they charge you, you know. I mean, I guess if you want to buy Replicanto, $150 up front. Okay, I guess I could have put my take profit here. I forgot about those equal highs at 187, like right there. That would have been a good target there. And then obviously you got the 50 MA and stuff sitting right there. ES is working its way above 6360. So But yeah, $30 also gives you other things on Quantower like unlimited overlays, unlimited indicators, and all those things, right? Not just the copy trading, it gives you other things as well. So something to think about. And if you want to save, I don't know, I think it's like 10%. Use the code methodical or myth, one or the other. I don't remember which one it is. Might be methodical. Can you connect a Rhythmic account directly to Replicanto? Yeah, CT you can. One Rhythmic and unlimited trade evates. That's exactly what I do. So I use my Bulenox account as my Rhythmic, and then I have Apex Trade Evade, Take Profit Trader Trade Evade, My Funded Futures Trade Evade, Trade Day Trade Evade, and then you can copy across all of them. So I'm not doing that here because I tend to make mistakes while I'm on vacation. My track record on vacation trading multiple accounts at one time is not good. So I'm not doing that here. But you know, 2022 model here, guys. If you guys are familiar with the 2022, you got a market structure shift to the upside. We left this gap here. This is kind of your silver bullet setup. Some people look for that. On the 1 minute, I'm assuming it's probably there on the 3 minute as well. Yeah, so it's very tiny though. Actually, it hasn't closed, so it actually hasn't formed on the 3 minute. I typically do prefer to take it on the 3 minute, but you could use the 1 minute here if you wanted to. Not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying you have a market structure shift, left a fair value gap. I like to see this on the 3 minute typically, but 50 EMA didn't quite get to the touch that you wanted. You did tap into a small bearish gap there, a little teeny gap, selling off from it. Needs to hold this midpoint here, really. You copy trade on Quantower, Apex, Bulenox, Funded Futures Network, My Funded Futures, Trade Day, and Take Profit Trader. Exactly. And the only reason why I switched off the Quantower was because I went to micros. That's the only thing I will say. If you're copying using Quantower with micros, gets a little dicey, right? Gets a little dicey when you got, especially if you DCA and things like that. It does get a little dicey there. And I think a little smoother on Replicanto from that perspective, using micros. But that's the reason why I switched to Replicanto because I already had it and I wanted to trade micros. So we'll see if the market wants to hold this level or not. ES really didn't get back above 60 there. It pushed above, but no real reclaim and hold. You want to see it reclaim 60, kind of build a little structure there, hold it, and then squeeze. Just hasn't done it yet. I do think this might work. You do have a re-entry here. Now, the only thing I will say, well, actually, the re-entry is probably not bad. It's probably not bad. A small little re-entry here off this small gap. 5 points. Stop to break even would be 7 points. It's probably not too bad here, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I don't hate it. I'm not going to take it, but I don't hate it. I'll read it with you guys. Since I'm not taking it, you already know what's going to happen, right? If it triggers. To the moon. It's going to be the low of day. It's going to go up 400 points. Rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. That's what's going to happen. If it triggers, as soon as I say I'm not taking it, it ends up being the low of day and 400 point move to the upside. Let's go. If I stopped being a greedy idiot, I'd be green. Yeah. I mean, I'm not greedy. A lot of times I just take the 10 points. So there's the trigger. There's your entry. Here's your break even. And then I think you could actually target like the VWAP 220 area on this. This is like one of those setups that I like a lot because it's like a confirmation setup. We have the long setup down here. We closed above this gap here. We pull back and retest the bullish gap that we left. It held, and then we get this confirmation setup out of it. So a decent setup. I'm just not taking it because I feel like it's like the second or third setup in the leg. But it doesn't mean it won't work. It just means that I'm not taking it. We are also retesting the bottom of that 15-minute range. ES is currently at the 63.60. If it can get a little pop here, hold that 63.60, we get a squeeze. Might see a little bit of a boner candle here if ES can get above 63.61 here. Let's see here. So far, not doing it. Testing the 60 directly. After the first trade, I turn off PAs and all ins. Just keep, yeah, nothing wrong with that, Tech T. Nothing wrong with that. 30 a month, is that one-time fee? No, it's every month, $30. There is a one-time. I mean, there's a free version room, you can copy across. You can copy across one prop firm for free. There is a free version that allows you to do that. Saw that Slade is the new Digi on those IFVGs. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, Coach Fred. Oh, he has a course on IFVGs? Really, Fred? What up, design only goes up? Yeah. He has a course on it? Because, I mean, I like Slade. Don't take this the wrong way. But I've watched a couple of his videos regarding the IFVGs, and um, some of the things. Now, you can make it your own. You know what I'm saying? You can. But some of the things that I do see him doing are not like necessarily the correct kind of way that Dodgy teaches it. But like I said, you can make it your own. So if he's doing that and he's being successful with it, then nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. Here, Tech T, I'll make it to where you can post a link. All right, go ahead and post it. So yeah, I mean, more power to him if he's making it his own and it's working for him and he feels confident enough in it to kind of make a course. Me personally, I'm never going to sell a course. Never going to sell a course. Calls it the B2B model. I don't know. Okay, ES is making that move now. Now I expect to see a boner candle here. Push right into that 190, 195. Just got to get through that 50 EMA there. So there's your stop to break even. So free trade here, if you took it. Free trade, like I said, VWAP should be your target, in my opinion. You know, you got this wick right up here. This is kind of low resistance liquidity to a degree. And let's see if it can squeeze here. If you get through that 200 level there, you're really going to see a nice push. ES right here at the VWAP. Coach Fred, you did take it. Let's go. 10-point scalps. It is for now. That's what I do, Manny Matt. You know me. 10 pointers. I mean, you can live on those 10 pointers. All right, would have stopped me out break even there, but it did give 10 points on that push up. Appreciate you, Predator. It gave you 10 points. Again, that's just the only reason I'm not taking that setup, because I do feel like it's the second setup in this leg, and it's just not as high probability. But you know, from a 10-point perspective, there, I mean, it paid. Max is putting out a course. He is. He missed a 10-point by a tick. That sucks, Manny Matt. Dang it. It's gonna go here too, Manny Matt. Like, I think this goes. I think we're pushing up into the VWAP 220s. I mean, this very well could run all the way up into the 240. I would not be shocked. I mean, I do think that this has a decent chance of going. Am I on the Bama coast? Yeah, Justin. The Flora, how do they say it? Florabama coast? Florabama coast? That Florabama bar or whatever it's called is right down the street where they did that reality show. It's like 2 or 3 miles down the street. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called like Florabama, something like that. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're staying in a place called Lost Key. So I think this is a good spot to buy. I think this is one of those trades where, yes, you get stop break even, but it's because ES is at the VWAP and we got the just tiniest little gap there. We break that gap and it's moonshot. I hear my son crying. The Redneck Riviera. ES, RTI, YM all look a hell of a lot stronger than NQ. Yeah. The swing high at 92 was right at 930 New York VWAP. Oh, was it? Yeah, ES is at the VWAP here. If it pops it, we're going to go. We're already building structure above 60. You might get one more little micro dip back and test 60, but I think this is a good long spot. I really do. You had to play some Perdido for a while. That's exactly, yeah, we're right there. We're in Perdido Beach right here. Creed higher, yeah. Again, ES pops the VWAP here. We're going to get a little squeeze. I think it can do it. I think I can. I think I can. You think it looks like a short? Yeah. You could be right. We do got a new 15-minute candle here in about 40 seconds. Here we go. See if we get that squeeze. Again, if we can close above this just a little bitty tiny gap here. I mean, it's just the smallest gap in the world, but it's holding us down. We'll close above like 190. You should see a decent candle push into 210, 211 area. Beyond that, not sure what happens, but I think that 210, 211 area is inevitable on a close above 190 here. Let's see. There's the close. You should see squeeze here. Looking for it to get below the 50, then dump. I think we squeeze here. Personally, that's what I think. I think we squeeze. We squeeze it. Squeezy McSqueezerson. I'm actually tempted. You know what? Let's participate. Why not? Let's think about it here. Let's wait for it. Look for a spot to get in there. Hold on. ES back to the VWAP. All right, I'm going to jump in right here. And I'm going to look for that squeeze into like the 211. I'll go stop to break even above the whole number. Stop really, I mean, tough to know where to put the stop here. It needs to be much lower. We may have to move it lower here. Might have should have waited for the retest of 63.60. It's kind of looked like what it's wanting to do here. Let's give it a little room. Wait, am I on the right account? Let me make sure I'm not on my funded. All right. Little short scalp. That was rude. What's going on here? Is there some news? All right, I'm gonna kill this because ES is just pushing right back through the 60 like it's not even there. Is there news here? I don't think there is. All right, I'm gonna add here. ES pushed below the 60 and then recovered it. So let's see if we can squeeze here now. Little stop run there. Potentially. Maybe not. Nice job design. Trader Oracle, yeah, Anna, he's good to go. Oracle is good to go. Good to go. G to G. Seems as though ES and Nasdaq are a little bit out of sync. ES recovered the 60 level there, and Nasdaq is just pulling back. Come on, Nasty, do what you're supposed to do. What up, full time? How you doing? You the man, full time. You the man. Don't be rude, Nasdaq. Don't be rude. Be a sweet little thing. A sweet little thing. Take profit changer rule. Can you still trade 6 contracts on the 50K? Yeah, I mean it's gonna let you trade whatever you can trade. It's not you know what I'm saying? I'll try to move that down. I didn't get to it in time. Yeah, it's gonna let you trade whatever you need to trade there. All right, stop me out. Rude. Now we're down 540 on that account. Very rude, very rude. No, there's no scaling rule. Earnings is giving the jitters. Yeah. That's weird. I mean, like I thought for sure that it would squeeze there. Sometimes you're wrong. It's all right. That 108 is still down there for the previous day low. We're going to get a little scalp in here potentially. And we may hit the daily loss limit. I might have went too big there. Yep, daily loss limit on that account. Oh well. What can you do? Might take one more stab on my funded though. Let's see. I don't know. We already got $200. Should we just lock it in? Maybe. Probably should. Yeah, I like Take Profit Trader too for sure. Full time. What's the ES going to do here? I mean, is this thing's going to repop the 60 here and squeeze? That'd be interesting. Hmm. I'm going to go ahead and stab short here. But I'm going to keep it very, very tight here. If I get stopped, I just get stopped. Not even a 5 point. Well, we'll go 5 points. Risk 5 points to lock in my $100 day and see if this thing can push lower here. There we go. Now I'm going to go stop to break even and just see if it can run. I think we can target like the 108 if we don't get stopped. Let's see if it can push lower. Just went too heavy on that first entry. I knew I did. Just flick this out there. Probably going to go lower now, though. Dun, dun, dun. You're too scared. Definitely can't go short now. Oh, I can see why. Look at it ripping back up. Retest that area again. Yeah, that's scary. I mean, no SMT or anything here. Well, guys, I am on vacation, so I do think I'm going to call it a day there. Guys, look, if you want to help support the channel, take Private Trader 40% off, no activation fee, use code MM. Trade Day, 40% off, no activation fee, use code MM. All in $59 on trade day for the account. My Funded Futures, their new accounts, you can use MM. If you're new to them, you get 50% off. If it's the first purchase this month, you get 50% off as well. What makes more sense, the cheap My Funded Futures plan or the trade day? Well, David, from the perspective of it's two things. You can pass in 2 days with My Funded Futures. It takes 7 to pass with trade day. Conversely, you get day one payouts with trade day, and you have to trade for 5 days with My Funded Futures in the funded. So it's up to you. It's really up to you. I think trade day is really good. The only thing with room beats with trade day is, again, you got to trade 7 days in the eval, 30% consistency rule. That's really the only thing. So, uh, Bulenox 91% off, use code MM. Apex 80% off, use code Myth. I personally probably would just go with My Funded Futures. If you're new-ish, just go with My Funded Futures, or you can go with trade day. It doesn't really matter. They're kind of like apples to apples there, right? Yeah, they pay. No, they're not new. Trade day's been around for 5 years, room. One of the oldest prop firms. One of the oldest. So Tradeify, 35% off, use code MM. And then I also have codes with all the other prop firms too. Lucid, Day Traders, Funded Futures Network is doing the BOGO deal right now. If you want to help support the channel, the code's MM on all those other prop firms. Funding Ticks, Prop Shop. Again, I'm not trading with those prop firms per se, but I do have codes with them if you guys want to pick those up. Yeah, daily payouts with Trade Day. They're basically a mirror image of Take Private Trader. The only kind of difference there is you have to trade 7 days instead of 5. That's the only difference. What's the best deal at My Funded Futures? I would think that let me find the account. I don't remember what it's even called. I'm drawing a blank. I don't remember what it's called. Let me pull up my email. We can find out there. They changed their plans to something new, and I read the email. I showed it yesterday, but I don't 100% remember. Let's see. I'll show you guys again. Did I miss it? Oh, priority. Hold on, I'm trying to find the little advertisement that they sent. Let's open it here. So there's the 3 new plans. The core 50K 66. It's a good plan if you're like new-ish, right? And then the scaling plan, the payouts scale up from 1.5K to 3.5K. And then the Pro account. This is probably the best account because you have $100,000 as your payout cap, and they lowered the private target down to $3,000. So it's still a 50K account, but you're essentially almost uncapped on the payouts. So again, and that's the new plans that they're offering. Um, if you're new and you want just cheapest upfront cost, then $66 is the one to go with. If you're experienced and you want the uncapped, it's kind of uncapped. 100K is a lot of money. Payouts go with the Pro. So, but you can save 15% there using code MM. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. 90% off is going to be Bulenox room. You get 50% off these plans if you're a first time user for My Funded Futures or it's your first purchase this month. So effectively, you could get this plan here that's $227 for 113 bucks if it's your first time purchase this month or you're a new user for My Funded Futures. That's a really good value. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll be back maybe for the Asia session. We might jump on this afternoon for the earnings play. I might pick up some evals and do that. So we'll see you guys then. Appreciate you guys watching.